3, 2, 1.
And it goes a little something like.
How can you all summer and after I'll keep you all summer and after.
Hi guys, Zyger here, and welcome to another Awoken Devlog video. This is episode 10, and we're going to be doing some cool stuff today. So basically, the game doesn't actually function as a game just yet. There's a lot of cool features and mechanics that work in the game, however there is no point in the game. What happens is the player just loads in and there is literally nothing you can do. So I figured that it's time to add a component in the game that will allow you to actually sort of play the game, because that's the point of it. But before I do that, I'd like to sort of explain what the whole main mechanism and idea of the game is. Now you can skip this and there'll be a timer on the screen right now, but I do really suggest that you listen to this because this sort of tells you what direction the game is going in, and it will explain how the game will work. So basically, if you ever heard of a game called Trove, what would happen there is you would level up your sort of level and your kind of power level. So this you would level up by killing different types of enemies, and you'll get points to it, and it will slowly build up. Anyway, the main point of that is that once you reach a certain level, you'll be able to explore new areas. And that's sort of what I'm trying to make in my game. So last video we added the leveling system, and this was crucial so that I can get this part of the game working. Now what I want to do is make a map and have different areas on the map that you can travel to. Now, I want to make the destinations and places on the map dependent on what level you have. So for example, if you're level 10, you can enter this area, and then if you're higher level, you can enter another, and so forth and so forth. Anyway, the way you obviously level up is by killing enemies, and you need to actually do that somewhere. So what I wanted to do is create the first city where you can just spend some time, grind, level up and whatnot, gather some basic items, and then from that you can travel to the next city to, get even better items and kill even more harder enemies and whatnot. And that's sort of going to be the progression way of so that's the main mechanism of the game. Now for those wondering how you actually get to those areas in the map, there's going to be different kind of methods of doing it. So the first main method is just kind of running around and trying to get to the area. However, this isn't really recommended as it takes a while, and for those dedicated players, it will be kind of good to do. However, if you do get enough points or you get really lucky, you'll be able to find this item on the map, or buy it, of course, if you have enough money, which will allow you to teleport to different destinations. Now, I'm going to make this item quite expensive because it does give you a big advantage and saves a lot of game time. However, once again, players can try to grind and try and find this item, as it will be able to be, you'll be able to find it in the wild and whatnot. So, I decided that today we'll be creating the first city, which is the main city that you're going to be spending the majority of your early game in, and I decided to sort of work on that today. Now, the main idea I had for this city is currently it's called Fernon City, however, I do not like the name of it. So, if you guys could go in the comments section down below and have any suggestions or whatnot what to call the city, then I would be it will be highly appreciated. And then hopefully if I have enough suggestions, I will be able to find the one I like and then call it that. So currently it's called Fernon City, but obviously when you guys are thinking of names, make sure it's something city, so that there is that city bit at the end. Now for those who don't know, the background of my game used to be these snowy mountains and such, so I decided to make the city sort of like a nice snowy area, so it's like in the mountains. So I've worked on some sprites and some assets, and I'll still be working on it this video, but I wanted to show you guys what I have done so far. So if I quickly run around, you can see these sort of spawn randomly just like the other ones did. That's kind of lucky, there's 3 there and whatnot, and that's sort of what it will look like. Now the next thing I'm going to be working on is making the grass snowy and having kind of aspects of the terrain have snow on it, and then I'm also going to be trying to create an animation of snow as a thing that would really make the game pop and make it kind of nice and cool and so forth. So that's sort of what I'm going to be working on right now, and I'll be back once I finish doing some of those sprite. And hi guys, so I'm back, and I've made some sprite changes and created a few more assets to make the whole place sort of look snowy and sort of like in this sort of mountain area. So the first few things that I did is I actually changed the grass to just snow, and I'm just going to say it looks really cool in game, so I'll show you that in a moment. A couple of other things I did is I created snow. And yes, what you can see there is 500 frames of snow. What I basically did is I created a few, this took a while, but I created a few, like a sprite, And then I did this thing where I just moved it like every so pixel, and this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see very well, but the snow just slowly falls and like gets smaller and so forth. And this happens for 500 frames, and I put the speed to 25 because if it was slower it just looks a bit weird. A couple other changes that I did is just some minor details that make it look just even better, I guess. Is on the sign I added some snow so it looks like it fits in with the environment, and then I did the same thing for the crate. So for the grand reveal I am going to show you what it looks like in game. So we're in the main menu now. Let's launch the game, and here we are. This is what it looks like. I think it looks awesome. I think it turned out great. So you can see the snow on the top as the player is sort of embedded in the snow a little bit. Obviously you can see the snow falling down, which I think is cool. The sign also fits in quite nicely. Now I can just run over to the crates, and these are what the crates look like as well, and I just think it looks so really like nice, and it looks like a nice environment. Now the actual city isn't here, so I guess we can kind of start making a few aspects of the city itself, and I'll sort of be back when I create some things like some buildings or something for the city, and yeah, I'm back in a bit with that. Hi guys, so I am back after some time. Now what I was going to be doing is creating some of the assets for the first town. Now I found this very kind of difficult because I'm not great at pixel art by itself, and it just takes me quite a while to get something working. Now this is the first house that I created, and it's inspired from like multiple sources. I was looking at different sort of pixel arts and different colors to use, and I kind of wanted to make it a little bit darker and nicer, and I think it just kind of fits in well with the map, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But it took me a while, and in all honesty I don't want to be doing this process without you guys here. So I figured what I'll do is I'll link my Twitch in the description below, and over the next few days I'll be streaming trying to get this town done, because it's really hard because there's so many different sprites and assets I've got to create for the game, and well, for this town in particular, just sort of like background assets that make it look alive, because as you can see from the previous like clip, there's literally nothing there, just some trees and just some terrain. So I'll be doing that on my Twitch, and I'll leave the link to it in the description below. But this is what I created, and it's not the best, could definitely do a lot better, and I will be refining it as it goes. And I'll also be creating some more buildings and objects on the stream. So anyway, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So this is the room that it's in, and once you get quite far enough you're going to be by this building. Now I also changed the colour of the crates because they were looking a bit bland. Now if I launch the game I'll show you what it looks like in game. So the game has loaded in, and now we're in with this sort of nice snow background, and I just love the way this turned out. Now if we quickly go, ooh, what happened there? We're gonna have to fix that in the code one day. And we're here. The crates don't look that great just yet, so I will change them. But this is the building. I think it's perfect size. It has like the snow at the top, so we can see it quite well, and it fits in quite nicely. Now I'm gonna be adding like different barrels, windmills, and sort of stuff to make this town look alive. But that's something that I'm really happy about this pixel art, and I'm going to be adding more stuff in, once again, as I previously mentioned, on my Twitch. And by the way, I'm really excited for the next video. So I'm not sure the Awoken video will be out, another Awoken video will be out next week, because I'm planning on doing sort of like cutscenes and the whole introduction to the game. Now doing cutscenes and animations in pixel art is going to be quite hard for me, so it's going to take some time. So I don't think I'll be able to get it out by next week, but I do feel I'll be able to make something else for you next week. So next week there might be an Awoken video, there might not be, so apologies if there won't be one, but it's because I'm going to be working on cutscenes, and I'll be streaming the whole process on my Twitch, so you can still watch some parts of it. But there won't be like a proper video, maybe, I don't know yet. But there will still be a video out next week, just it won't be Awoken, if that's okay. So I know I haven't done that much, but I've genuinely spent quite a lot of time on this building itself, on the snow. The animations took ages because I had to have 500 different ones, the snow on the ground and this sort of background stuff. It just took a while out of video. So I apologise for the length of this video not being too great, but I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless and have some ideas for your episode. Well, sorry, for your games. And also, another episode of Awoken, I want to make it where I do put your suggestions into a game, because I get plenty of suggestions, such as the jump not actually being a jump, too much gravity and whatnot. And I know there is too much gravity and stuff because I haven't worked on the jump. But basically, leave your suggestions down below because I'm going to be doing an episode dedicated to implementing your suggestions. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later, and thank you for everything. Bye bye!
You